KUGAN, CASSIUS, IFL TV, MTK Global in Saudi Arabia here for the crown jewel, WWE. Making his debut tonight, Sugar Shane Fury.
Yes, how are you doing? You okay?
Would you do tag team? You and Tyson?
No.
No?
No.
Doesn't interest you?
No.
What if he's getting paid a lot of money?
Yes.
How's it been here in Saudi Arabia? I'm assuming this has been your first time here, Shane?
First time here. I heard a lot of shit before I come here. A little bit worried, to be honest, coming off the plane. Didn't know what to expect. But what I've seen of it is all rubbish. Listen, lovely people, and I've never felt in danger once or anything. And I've been everywhere, so I've enjoyed it. Nice experience.
In the last couple of days, we have kind of been around a little bit, haven't we? Obviously, we was out last night, and all the people were lovely, very welcoming.
I think they're very friendly. I think it's time for a change, isn't it? You know, they've got the morals and the religion and so on, but they're actually losing a lot of money by not having a tourist. Having a chat to a few people, they want to make it like Dubai in the next few years, so we've got to make changes. But with the women and all that, and not allowed to drive, and hands chopped off, rubbish.
Yeah.
We went out the other night, and there was plenty of women, and it was very good. Enjoyed yourself. Not plenty of women, but you know what I mean.
Of course.
In family things.
Women were having pictures done with Tyson.
Yeah.
But yeah, the stories you hear back in the UK is leads you to believe you can't literally.
Yeah, you wouldn't want to come here if you didn't. If you was to listen to the press, you wouldn't want to come here at all.
Absolutely. So, what do you think about Tyson being in the WWE then?
I think it's an opportunity what couldn't be missed. He's getting paid a lot of money for a start. But if he was to do it for nothing, it'd still be the exposure he's had by doing it. It's very good. He's had millions of views. It's going to be very good. It's going to boost the Wilder fight a lot.
Of course, it's a completely different audience, the WWE, and it's always had a very strong fan base. So Tyson's kind of tapping into a brand new market, Shane.
Listen, he's a character, and people's interested. People want to see what he does next. So it's good. Any publicity is good, but this publicity, like you say, the WWE's got millions of fans. So if you can get a small percentage of them tune into the next fight, you've done your job.
Shane, there's also been talk over the last couple of weeks that at some point, maybe in 2020, that your brother will enter the UFC, possibly under the guidance of Conor McGregor. What do you make of all that?
Listen, I don't think it's going to be any time soon. Boxing has put him where he is. Without the boxing, there'd have been no wrestling, no offers of the WBs, whatever it is, the
WWE,
fucking whatever it is. No, with everything, the music, the TV shows, everything what there is. Without the boxing, it wouldn't exist. So, and that's where his love is. So everything else comes second fiddle. It was October was a dead time for him. He wasn't supposed to be doing much at all. So it come at the right time. If it would have come at a time where it would have clashed or something, it wouldn't have happened. But because it's never clashed with now, he's managed to do this. But boxing comes first, you know, and it's time to get serious when he does get back into camp. There's going to be no. Listen, he's built this as much as he can build it. And when it's camp time, it's going to be strict, because I'm going to make sure it's strict.
Yeah, I heard you say that we were talking kind of off camera yesterday, and it's
something it's like he's walking down the street with 30 cameras on him thinking he's Arnold Schwarzenegger. You know, it's all right, Tyson's main thing is all right getting him in shape and getting him strong, ready for it, but Tyson's got to train his mind, and if he don't train his mind, he can be in as good a shape and as strong and as fit as possible, but it won't be the best performance. Tyson needs to get his mind on the job, and it's hard to get your mind on the job when people's blowing smoke up your ass. And
is that what you think people do around Tyson?
Yeah, there are a lot of people. Listen, he only needs the people what's around him. He needs his trainer and the people what's working with him, and his brothers, basically his father. Nobody else. It's not needed, and it's a serious job. So all the celebrity status and all that job which is he is a celebrity. He's if not the biggest, one of the biggest sports stars in the world. So he gets a lot of people wanting to be around him and giving him false. I don't know. I'm very uneducated, so I might come across the wrong way. But in a fight, it's very, very serious. So the last thing you want is to be walking around the town thinking you're something a celebrity when the bell goes, 30 celebrities can't get in the ring with you. So when this camp starts and it gets back into play, everything's serious. There's going to be no cameras. There's going to be nothing. I'm going to try and make it so it's not, and I'm a nobody, but I'm going to suggest that there's no social media jobs, there's nothing. He lives like a caveman and trains and gets his mind on the job so he can do it.
Are you saying ahead of any potential kind of Wilder camp? Because obviously Wilder's got a fight coming up in 3 weeks, so after that, if Wilder comes through that, pretty much Tyson will be in camp. So you're saying changes need to be made?
Yeah. And it's very minor changes, but the changes, what needs to be changed. If you don't change them, you're not going to get your mind on the job. It's all a big, it's a big act, and it can pay dividend if you don't do it. Like I say, it's quite a serious job. And when you're in there with your eye hanging off and it's a fight, you don't feel too much of a celebrity then. You know what I mean? So we need to just get things right and get his mind on the job, because that's the most important thing.
I'm not trying to obviously put words in your mouth, but are you saying that the last couple of camps didn't go to plan, or is that what you might be suggesting, or not necessarily?
No. Everything's listen. I don't really know, because I wasn't all the time there, but he's just over there, wherever he's at. He's a very big name. So he's a very big name. And when there's cameras there for a long periods of time, I'm not sure, but I know it needs to be more switched on than what I've been seeing. You know, so it is what it is. But we'll see. Nothing's been spoke about the next camp because it's rest.
Yeah, of course.
Rest time. I think what's going to happen is, I think on the next camp, and I might make these suggestions, and everyone might say, you're right, Shane. But then Tyson says, fuck it, I'm not interested. I want this is the way I'm doing. If you don't like it, do one. And that's what'll happen. That's what. If he says that, well, there's no problem. But I think what we're all going to do is all sit down, whoever's involved or cares about him, and all sit down and put some suggestions together, because 10 heads is better than 1 head, you know.
Of course.
And if they're not, and the suggestions are no good, we've tried and that's it. But it all depends on what he wants.
Let's talk about some heavyweight boxing now. Did you watch the fight between David Price and Derek Chisora?
Yeah.
What did you make of it?
A good fight. I think Chisora is a proper man. I think he's a proper fighting man. I think he's very good. For me, he could be on the verge of a world title. We was on about an hour ago that after this fight, some titles might be give up. So if for an example, I don't know what is mandatory on USAC. Which title is USAC mandatory for?
The WBO.
So if that gets vacant, there's no better man to win it by than them two, Chisora and the other fella. So USAC. So that could be for a world title. He's doing all right, because a few years back he was out. He's been out 10 times. He's doing very well. He can bounce back. So he's in the firing range now. So he's doing well. David Price, he's a straight talking man, isn't he? For me personally, the whole point, to be successful at boxing, what I call success at boxing is if you earn a few quid and you can get out the job without being brain damaged or hurt. I think that's a success. At the rate he's going, he's getting hurt. He's getting knocked out every loss he has, and he'll end up with brain damage if he don't stop. My advice to David Price, which means diddledy squat, would be to never box again. And I'd also, if he don't want to go against that, I would ban him from boxing from Britain if I was a British boxing fucking rules, whoever you are.
The board.
The board, because it ain't nice to see a man to get poleaxed out. And that's my opinion. But as a fighter, he's achieved a lot. Not everyone can be world champions. And a lot of people's got a lot of respect for him because he's a straight talking, nice fella, isn't he? You know, there's no rubbish comes out of him. What he is, he does, and that's it. And he tries. He's got a good heart, but getting knocked out and hurt all the time, people don't want to see that. People want to see good fights. But for me, I want to see good fights. But if someone's getting hurt and knocked out, I don't want to see that.
Obviously, back here in Saudi Arabia in December, the much anticipated rematch will take place between Joshua and Andy Ruiz. Obviously, we was having a chat about it earlier on, but how do you see this going?
It's a good fight, isn't it? Very interesting. There's going to be a lot of viewing figures because it's a very interesting fight. I've been watching clips and I've been watching clips of the boxing and so on. Could be way out. I'd love Joshua to win because that makes a super fight for Tyson and Joshua in England, wherever it's going to be. And Ruiz is probably not that big of a draw, so I don't know. But I'd like Joshua to win. But I'm looking at it. I've always rated Andy Ruiz. Not like I'm jumped on the bandwagon and so on. As soon as the fight was made, Tyson phoned me. He said, obviously we heard about it and that there on the phone, and I said it's potential banana skin because he can fight. Every favourite picked Joshua to win, but it was always potential banana skin. I'd have to go with Ruiz. He's a compact fighter. He's a good fighter. Lots of experience, and we'll see.
Same outcome for you again then.
Same outcome, yeah. Now seeing it. The only way, how does Joshua win? Does he take it to him and go toe to toe? I don't think that's the way. Shorter man, faster hands. That's definitely the way. So the next route is to boxing. Now, if you're not a natural boxer, slipping and sliding and moving, you know, it's all good until you get hit or until you get out of breath. And then what do you do? You know, it's one of them. So he might be doing well halfway, but can he do it for 12 rounds? Boxing and moving and getting out the way. I just think Andy Ruiz will do it.
So if what you're saying does happen and Joshua doesn't come out on top on December 7th, what should Joshua do in your opinion?
Well, listen, the world's at Joshua's feet, isn't it? You're not going to retire when you're on top of your game. He's a young fella. There's still a lot of big money fights out there. It is what it is. He could come out and destroy Ruiz, and then we'll all be eating able. It is what it is. Definitely not retire. Young man. Not a lot of fights, and if he loses, he's still a big draw and still massive. So it'd be crazy to retire.
When I hear your brother Tyson says he genuinely wants Joshua to win that fight,
100%.
But he means that, obviously.
Yeah, 100%. Listen, there's no Tyson don't dislike Joshua. It's all. If you sit there with your finger in your mouth, it don't make people interested. You know, people's interested of that fight because there's been the banter between them. No doubt they've seen each other in a restaurant or something. They probably have joined each other and eat dinner with each other. But it is what it is. Tyson's got no hate for nobody. But in order to build fights, it needs to stem from somewhere. So it is what it is.
All right. Well, listen. This is not as long as we normally do, Shane. Because normally we do like 40 minutes.
Yeah. Professional, quite professional today.
You are. You've been talking a lot, but you talk all right anyway. So the door's open in 41 minutes. Big countdown behind you.
It's a big arena, isn't it?
Yeah.
Big arena. Good show. I'm looking forward to it.
I think it's going to be good, don't you?
I want to sit ringside if I can get a seat, and I want to enjoy it all because I've never been to it before. I think it'll be good.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it as well. All right, Shane. Well, listen, I appreciate your time. Have you got anything else?
No, that's fine. Good.
Yeah.
All right. Well, listen. We'll hopefully Tyson does the business tonight, and
Yeah.
yeah,
This is a sure thing. This one, definitely.
yeah.
We'll see. Yeah, anything can happen.
Anything can happen. It's WWE. Anything can happen. Someone could walk over and hit me and you over the head with a chair right now.
Yeah. Could do.
Could
Highly
do.
unlikely, but.
All right. Good man.
All right, mate. Cheers, mate.
Thank you.